Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Sambula Binaka, I'm delighted and honored to be here today to commemorate a day that has been set aside to celebrate the World Rural Development Day. I'm also humbled and appreciative of the Vunuku's acceptance to have this program launched here in a rural setting and to coincide with the commissioning of a key rural development project. What a great way to commemorate and celebrate with the very communities whose lives and environments the government is working hard to uplift through our nation-building efforts. I also appreciate our stakeholders and development partners that are represented here today to join us on this memorable occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, by way of background, on 6 September 2024, the United Nations General Assembly unanimously adopted a resolution, Resolution A78326, to officially designate 6 July each year as World Rural Development Day. This recognition honors the founding of the Center for Integrated Rural Development in Asia and the Pacific, or CIRDEP, in 1979, while reaffirming the vital role of rural development in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs. The year 2025 marks the inaugural observance of World Rural Development Day worldwide. It presents an important opportunity to highlight rural development issues, engage key stakeholders, and promote coordinated actions to support rural communities and advance sustainable development. The Ministry's 4-day commemorative program with the theme Elevating Rural Voices, Advancing Development, Reducing Poverty, and Enhancing Well-being. The theme captures 1. The importance of giving rural communities a platform, or rural voices. 2. The voice of rural development in national progress, national strength. And thirdly, the mission to address poverty and improve well-being through inclusive development. Today marks the launching of Fiji's program. There will be other activities to be held in the country tomorrow, which includes the talkback show on national radio, television, displays about the Ministry's programs by district officers in selected locations, media releases in the local newspapers, highlighting key development efforts, and a Ministry statement to be published on Sunday, 6 July, to mark the global observance. And as we commemorate the World Rural Development Day, the Ministry reaffirms its commitment to building resilient, self-reliant, and thriving rural communities. Being a small island state that is vulnerable to the impacts of climate change, the Ministry will collaborate with its counterparts in government, development partners and stakeholders, and in partnership with communities to ensure that development of rural and maritime areas is undertaken responsibly and to lay the groundwork for a more equitable and sustainable Fiji. Ladies and gentlemen, I am also pleased to note that one of the Ministry's development projects will be commissioned as part of today's event. I further note that the Ministry and other development partners have had other investments here in prior years. These include the JICA-funded crab fattening project, the Habitat for Humanity's solar lights, the Ministry's project of the Tavuia Vunuku footbridge, and the Vunuku footbridge. The Ministry's development programs include assistance to enable rural communities to access clean and safe drinking water and better sanitation facilities so that health risks from waterborne diseases are minimized. Today, I am pleased to announce that a community ablution block has been completed and being commissioned for handover to the community. This project costs about $31,400 and is fully government funded. I am sure that the community has plans to properly maintain this facility and I urge you to be responsible custodians of this investment. And ladies and gentlemen, I note that the Ministry has other development programs to address basic needs, such as the Rural Housing Assistance Program, the construction of ecological purification system to access clean and safe drinking water, livelihood programs such as the Self-Help Program, Seafaring Entrepreneurial Assistance Scheme, the Rural Housing Assistance Program, and the Rural and Outer Island Development Program. You may have heard in last week's budget address that these programs remain with the Ministry's proposed budgetary allocation for the new financial year. And as we mark World Rural Development Day this week, we remain committed to achieving our vision for our rural and maritime communities, helping them to be productive, resilient, and sustainable. We will do our best in ensuring that rural voices are heard and prioritized in our national development agenda. And as a nation, we must work together with a shared vision to bridge the urban and rural development gap and leave no one behind. Again, it is my pleasure to launch the Fiji celebration for the World Rural Development Day and to commission the Vunuku Community Ablution Project. Thank you all very much. May God bless you all, and God bless our beloved Fiji.
Tribute